Well, it's that time of the day again. I'm gonna get this thing installed. I'm tired. I worked today on Saturday, man. Didn't really want to do this, but oh well. You know, gotta keep the videos coming, so let's get it on. Okay, so today we're gonna get the intake manifold on, but it looks pretty simple. I mean, I don't know, once I start doing it, we'll see. I may change my mind, but it looks pretty straightforward, pretty simple. So first things, what I noticed, you know, there's a sensor here that will go right here. There's a hole there, and this is the bracket to hold it in. That sensor looks like, so the throttle body needs to come off, so that hose underneath needs to come off first. The intercooler hose right there, that hose, the two clamps gonna come off, and then I think this is the boost pressure sensor, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. Either way, that's gonna come off, and then the screws, and then probably the fuel pressure sensor. Oh darn it, I really didn't want to remove that one. That might need to come off, but other than that, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, there's just 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 screws, and it should come out. So yeah, let's get going and see how it goes. Okay, so in the intake manifold, you flip it over, the big one here that the vacuum assembly electronic thing hooks up on, that you put it on, it's straight, so it's probably gonna slip off. So I'm gonna bend the edge of it just a little bit, so that way it keeps it on, because if that flies off, it could break your fans and all that. This one here, right here, because that's gonna slide onto that, then there's nothing holding it from coming off. So I'm gonna bend that back a little bit, so that way that doesn't come off in any way, shape or form. Okay, so the instructions that Elevate gives you, those are really good instructions. If you guys have done or have not done, you know, major repairs on the car, if you've done any, you're gonna be able to do this. The instructions help a lot. Good job, Elevate, with that one. So it looks like we do not have to take the fuel sensor off, but we do have to unplug the connector and then take the vacuum assembly off, the manifold, loosen the clamps on the hoses away from the throttle body, and then take the MAP sensor connector. We took the connector off, and then that's it. Now we're gonna have to unscrew the bolts from the intake manifold, and it should come out with the throttle body. Once we get the throttle body out, we'll swap it to the new one, and then we'll put it back, you know, with the throttle body, the new one. So, and then the pipe and the connections are replacing this pipe right here. We're gonna have to make an adjustment to that pipe there, but I'll show you guys later. But yeah, let's get this removed. So when taking this hose off right here, the coolant hose, make sure you push a little light on the release pin, because I ended up breaking it, the secure pin. Boy, I'm gonna have to improvise. I'm gonna have to get some sort of custom make one, because yeah, that's plastic garbage. Anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna have to make one so to keep it secure. Darn it. Oh well, anyways, the intake manifold is loose now, so once I got that off, it was pretty straightforward. Now I'm gonna take the manifold out. So yeah, that sucks. That gave me quite a bit of work. Now I'm gonna have to custom make one. It's pretty simple. I mean, all you have to do is just slide it in right into there, right there, the groove, and just keep it secure on there so it doesn't slide out. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, so intake manifold is out. Pretty simple. I mean, there's just torque screws. Take them off, take that off, and put it on the new one. But yeah, they give you a new gasket. I have, the Elevate provides you with one. I kinked mine. Some of you probably noticed when I opened it, when I unboxed it. Anyways, it's kinked a little bit. It's kind of, it's not torn, but I might need to put some sort of sealer on it before I install it. But yeah, that's how it looks. So I'm gonna clean that carefully. You gotta be careful, no garbage gets in there, so I'm gonna be really careful cleaning that. I'm gonna clean it up and then start the reverse procedure installation. So yeah, and then we're gonna take this tube out, and then the mount right there for that pipe, we're gonna have to install a spacer on there to, you know, accommodate the fitment of the intake manifold to the piping. Okay, to take this sensor out, it's twisted up like that right there, so you have to twist it towards the outside. Right here there's a pin that secure holds it in here. Don't just try to pull it up, because you will break the sensor here. So make sure you kind of twist it out like that. When the lock pin slides out, then just pry it out or just take it out, pull on it. It's a stainless steel, so it's flexible. So I mean, it's stainless steel, so it kind of flexes and kind of, you know, pushes off. So anyway, so I'm just gonna, it's a retaining clip, so it goes, once I put the thing on, just clip it in there. It's probably getting even better, hold better than the original one. So awesome. I probably spent half of the time that I spent installing this just making this little damn thing. Okay, so as you guys can see, the clip is in there. Try to pull it off. It's all secure, all good. So now I don't have to worry about that. Now I can just put the piping back together because I have to move it just a tiny bit, and everything else is already tight. I put all the connectors on, the vacuum, the fuel sensor, the MAP sensor, connected all. So everything is good here. It's looking gorgeous. I love it. Like the IPD billet mount, manifold, the piping, everything's starting to match. I love it. As you guys can see, it's looking beautiful. I'm all done. So now I'm gonna start it up and just hear how it sounds at idle, and then go for a drive and show you guys my reaction and tell you guys what I think, if I feel anything, any difference, and then we'll go on a dyno test. I'll have to schedule that, and then we'll dyno it because I got it before dyno. Now we're gonna do after. So I didn't mess with anything else pretty much, upgrades and performance wise, because I really wanted to see what the difference, what this intake manifold, what difference it made before and after. So a lot of you guys are asking about it, as I promised, so I'm gonna hold true to my promise and I'm gonna do that. Okay, so that's a first start impressions. Do I hear any difference? No, the throttle response is a bit better, but as of sound, maybe a little bit louder. The intake noise is a little bit louder. Well, not a little bit, it's quite a bit louder. And then maybe the engine operation, the valves, you can hear them a little more because it's tubular. I mean, it's bigger, so you guys probably saw when I unpacking video. I showed you guys how the inside looks, is bigger. So, but yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty nice. You can definitely feel hear the valves in the intake a little more now, but it doesn't sound bad at all. It sounds very, very similar to where it sounded before. So I mean, nothing, scary or bad or noisier. It's just the throttle response is better, and because I tapped on the throttle quite a bit, and I knew what my car was doing before and now, and it's definitely louder. The intake noise and blow off, turbo blow off, is definitely louder. Okay, you guys, so now I've been driving it for a few miles. I am gonna pull out and I'm gonna do the shifting by myself, manual shifting, and then I'm gonna switch myself. To say that I'm shocked or whatever you want to say it, no. I might want to redo that one actually. Just gonna turn around and go back to the, because I had a good speed. Then the speed was climbing pretty good, but the feeling in the car, how you get like that torque feeling, like that, just all of a sudden, or out of nowhere, kind of like, that jerkiness, and the car just puts you back in the seat. No, I didn't get that. but that was me shifting, and I shifted at about 5,000 RPM. The speedometer was climbing pretty quickly, so nothing to complain there. But let's see here. Let's do it one more time. Okay, let's stop. Ready, set, go. Shifting good. Okay, so the peak power, okay, that was different. Okay, so from me testing this, peak power, the best shifting RPM for this car is 5,500 RPM. Right when it hits 5,500 RPM, you pretty much tap the paddle shifter, or if you're switching with your gear lever, just tap up with the gear lever. But okay, that was actually pretty darn good. I actually like that pull. That was really good pull. I'm gonna do another one. I'm just gonna go and turn around, and then I'm gonna do one more. But that was the first one wasn't really that good because I shifted, I think, a little too early. I shifted at about 4,800 RPM. This time I did it about 55, and that made a huge difference. So I'm gonna do it one more time. Darn it, I hit a pothole. I hate those, and that's why I hate kind of skinny tires. Kind of like a little bit more meat on them. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do one more acceleration video. Let's do this. That was a little late. Yeah, so right before it hits 55, about 5,400 RPM, shift. That's gonna be the best peak power right there. There's no cars, so I'm gonna do it one more time. So I'm just gonna find a spot where I can stop. Okay. Okay, one more time. Yeah, first gear you need to switch about 5,000 RPM. That was actually pretty decent. But yeah, first gear you need to switch at about 4,000 RPM, and then the second, pretty much all the rest of the gears at about 5,400 RPM. That's where the peak power is. So that was actually pretty good. So acceleration is decent. It does feel like it needs a tune. It needs some adjustment, air and fuel ratios adjustments. It definitely pulls, I think, a little bit better. It feels like it has more air. Kind of pulls all the way through, kind of, and when it gets towards the end of the RPMs, it doesn't kind of let off. It kind of, instead of still, accelerates pretty good. So I think it's a lot more airflow. It's a lot more, you know, I don't know how to even explain it. Anyways, there's pretty much a lot more airflow now, but it definitely feels like it's missing that little magic from a tune. I don't even know how to explain, to be honest. You know, I'm not you know, a professional mechanic, you know, or a tuner, so to explain you all this stuff. But you know, it's awesome. I definitely feel the difference. The noises are definitely there, the intake noise, the blow off and everything, all that, so it's definitely there. But yeah, I'm actually excited to go on a dyno and get it tuned and see, you know, how much airflow increased and how much the horsepower. I don't know if we increased a lot of torque. I'm gonna tell you guys right away. I'm pretty sure we increased quite a bit of horsepower though. If I had to guess, about 10 to 15 horsepower, but that's just my guess. Because you know, the difference on the torque, when you stomp on it, it's kind of really, you know, instant, and it kind of just puts you back in the seat. Whereas horsepower is when you kind of stomp on it, and then when once it starts climbing RPM, and once you get to the higher speeds, it kind of pushes the car better, you know, kind of pulls the car. So, and that's what I noticed the difference. From a spot and with acceleration, it's about the same, like the reaction to torque, but once it gets going, it has that little bit more push now compared to before. Okay, so, you know, I'm still driving, but yeah, my impressions are really good. I definitely can, I mean, the noises, the inlet noises, the intake noises, they're increased. You can hear the engine a lot more now. But the main part, like I said, when I accelerated, what I noticed is I'm pretty sure we got quite a bit of gain in the horsepower department. if I had to guess, you know, like I told you guys, about 10 horsepower probably. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 15, but that's my guess. Put in the comments below what you guys think, what I'm gonna get, and I'm gonna call up English Racing again, and we're gonna schedule another dyno session, and I'm gonna call Hilton and then get him aboard with us. We'll make sure he has time, and then we'll go there, and then we'll make any tune adjustments and see what we get. Because I mean, what I feel now is one thing, but then once you know, make the tune adjustments, you know, the tune is what makes you get all the potential power that you can get out of any mods. Because without the tune adjustment, I mean, you can get a little bit of gains, but you know, it's not gonna be the full amount gains without a tune. So yeah, I'm excited. So that's gonna be it for today's video. One thing I'm gonna let you guys know, I found a company that's upgrades our transmissions, and that's willing to work with me to do a transmission upgrade for this car. So that made me really excited. Like that right there, that's one of my you know, biggest worries on this car is the transmission. I didn't like how slow it shifts, because you're losing a lot of time between each shift. So I'm really happy I found the company. I'm going to be announcing them soon, or I may just do a video once we order the part, and then once they ship it to me, we may do just a video there. But yeah, I'm really excited about that, so stay tuned for that. And thank you for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, let your friends know about it. Yeah, so there's gonna be upgrades for this car coming. There's gonna be upgrades, and we're repairing the s60R, so there's gonna be s60R content. So we got a lot of videos. I'm not even able to keep up with everything, the filming and working on them cars, because I have so much work now. Thank God, but you know, it's just so much work. I'm so, you know, stumped right now that it's just, you know, I don't have any time. So I'm just trying to fit in. Like today I even worked, I mean, work on Saturday, so I worked today, so I had to do this right after work. I got from work like around 2-3 p.m. so I had to do this after work. I really didn't want to do it. I'm really tired, but I still kind of, you know, made myself do it, because you know, I wanted to keep the videos coming for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed them. Again, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as usual, see you next time.